truly a generous act, rather like being a midwife, I think, which is only consoled by having children oneself. I begin with a poem which I read last night, a new poem about a city far away, as far from here, as I said, as it is from Ireland. It seems to be a city where the whole world has come. Shanghai Traffic. Morning traffic makes excuses at every changing light. Now the whole world is jealous of Shanghai, humming and hawing, purring and growling. One heart beats faster as it runs the red. A double-decker bus screams with rage, a spluttering of outrage, a fit of blue peak. There is only one life, you fool, the conductor says, as he pummels the green bonnet of something smaller than mankind. This morning, the whole world should be one Shanghai, quick-witted, light-footed, like the handsome young novelists having cocktails at the glamour bar, beautiful as Shanghai that turns its proud head to foreigners, not caring a damn as the fish rise in the canal seine net, as the scholar turns to split an atom. I turn into the Nanking Road and find a sheet of luminescent Venetian glass, colours of agave and opal, texture of oriental cloth upon the window of morning, upon the face of my Lord Byron. Traffic like this is worth it to have so many humans in the nest of life together, though these are mostly the swollen lights and embarrassed tales of saloon and estate Fords, of aluminum grills, forgotten marks, stray Bentleys and garaged ZV plates. A mist of life, an apron of colour, a human luminescence levitates over the asphalt of Shanghai. Here, the sin of the world is bleached with business. It is history that the traffic circles round, history that pulls the night grill from its earth lock and begins to trade. Such morning traffic here in Shanghai, it teaches me improvisations of perfect form, the beginnings of Yeatsian music, a shadow disturbed, the colour of beautiful. African diamonds. Poetry that has never built its aircraft carrier leaves all power at home. The pen wears an apron as it feeds the world. It ladles all the comfort from its pot, but lacks all transport. It calls down such heavy irony upon the desert. It pleads for faraway grief and grief's gasping children. A poem takes no more minerals out of Africa, but leaves the diamond where it lies, the diamond in the gravel for African lovers to discover. A diamond is suspended between this young mother's breasts, not her apron or reward, but a dawn with 1,000 prisms, a husband's worship from his bed of gravel. Her diamond is when the pen goes scratching. Her power is poetry. As if the hour, it was the snow fell out of a gap in time, as indiscreet as the crunch of feet on frozen grass. It was the ghost of a child running across our path, crying sideways in the unexpected snow, as if a mother was following, as if the hour cared. The dogs follow us, snorting with the freeze, their disturbance of snow like a conversation that falls into place after so many years. Here is the plate of ice where our image is frozen, and here the powdered icing sugar falls upon the cold grass. It is a sheet and a forest. This childhood we witnessed, this childhood we wintered through, saving what we could, logs and kindling of happiness across the tundra of an icy town. Each time they came for us, we were out in the snow, never letting loose the cries out of paradise, not letting on how we could see the break in snow. Let the dogs be our witnesses. Let the snout, now rooting in the joy of snow, be the one companion of our past. Let snow fall on us with all its clean compassion. Snow that never hopes for a dialogue, but settles upon what it witnesses, cooling rage to crystal. And these prose poems that follow come from my collection, The Last Geraldine Officer. We'll speak about prose and poetry in a minute. April 29th, 1945. Flesh, smoke. History nests in this dark cage of Europe, prison camp of political prisoners, such women, ghosts from the great famine, the black potatoes of their broken hearts, the most poisonous springtime ever, us looking at the handiwork of Europe, dear Christ, a Holocaust. In we go, Irish and Grenadier, into the poisoned cage of Saint-Bostel, poets and philosophers of France under lock and key, scent of death, taste of fascism. Prison guards shouting, Nick Nazi, Nick Nazi. The heroes already run away. Guardsmen, let me cut a poem in stone for Keneally and Charlton, for the others who lost their lives between desert and sea, between bridge and canal and flooded Dutch towns, for those Irishmen with shattered arms holding their Brownings against their dying frames. But there's no victory here, nothing left for the ordinary Irish guardsman. This prison sails across history like fishing boats out of neutral Helvig, slipping away under the light of the moon. The screech owl questions us. What happened here in this lonely place? Nothing here but the naked body of the night, the trees stretched on a hillock like dead soldiers. What happened here, O Geraldine? Poetry of desperation in my heart, sadness of this earth in my mind. I hear prisoners screaming, the gunpowder of history red with blood. I think of the grief around me instead of liberation. Every wretched mother of Europe, like a hen pheasant in the woods at Glenchelan, stealing away with her own personal Christ, her last possible Christ in this ruin of Europe's soul.